Ladies and gentlemen, all rise for the RankKing's court.
Welcome, everybody, to the greatest spectacle that happens on Tuesday nights. As great as my White Claw is in my Red Solo Cup, as Greg is both, as good as Greg's hair is, as wonderful as Bo's hat backwards, and love.
Yeah, you like it?
Is pointing at Greg right now. Welcome to the RankKing's court. Tuesdays at 6:30 on Twitch. I am your host, Austin, the Rank King, along with Sir Greg and the wandering always Oracle Bo. How are we today, gentlemen?
We're doing good, Austin. We're back. How you doing, Greg?
I'm doing well. How the fuck did you get the Oracle title, though? I don't get that.
Yeah.
Oracle's like all-knowing and stuff. You don't know shit.
I know everything.
You don't know shit.
We didn't pay attention to our Batman thing last week.
He doesn't know shit. Like, I don't want to hear crap about that.
I had the best supervillain.
Right? The Oracle, a.k.a. Barbara Gordon.
I am aware who the Oracle is, but he is not no Oracle.
Making stuff happen, so that is why Bo is my Oracle.
Well, I think your hair looks bad, Greg. Everyone
right.
else says it looks good. I'm going to say it looks bad.
All right, fine. Fuck you.
I don't know what Grind Project says, but it says, Austin, can I have proof? I don't know what that says.
He said, Austin, you're a cheater.
All
and
right,
I
well,
have proof.
all right, well, since
Oh.
since Foreigner decides to actually bring this up, I say we bring up last week's ranking, which was very, very fun and entertaining. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, before we do that,
Before we do that,
a little bit too much, Greg. Oh, can one of you please read that and read to see where the RankKing's
Where
court
is
is
it?
taking place?
I'll do it. RankKing's Court is live today from Union Fitness Studios located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It's a place where you can transform yourself inside and out with a variety of classes based around fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. At Union Fitness, they believe that it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today to sign up for a consultation through Union, their strength. That was really creepy. You were mouthing the words as I was going there, bud.
I'm just used to it, man. I'm just used to it. So, but
Morgan said, shut up, Greg. I think that was before the ad read, though.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
shut up is
after
considered
it.
a bad thing on this Twitch thing. It just says beep Greg. I thought it said Greg.
Yeah, I guess they're bleeping everything.
Yeah,
tonight.
like what the hell? Yeah.
Yeah,
Morgan,
well,
Morgan, I can tell your boyfriend's already like rubbing the negative stuff onto you, and I don't appreciate that.
she said you killed Grind Project in the top 10, so let's take a look at those.
Killed it, not killed.
Well,
yes,
semantics,
let's bring it-
semantics.
Oh, yeah.
So let's bring it up.
There
Last
it
week,
is.
in our wonderful episode of having Forger on here, with discussing Batman. Something we all enjoy very much down, no matter if they're a movie lover, comic book lover, if they watch a TV show, or if they just prefer that Adam West is better than Kevin Conroy. Who the hell knows? I certainly don't. But
That's a hot take right
There
there,
was-
if any.
hot take, I'm just saying, it's not my take. It's some people's takes.
I thought it was your take for a second, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
God
you
damn, man.
said it, so it might...
Yeah, like I was ready to be like, holy shit.
Yeah. So the top 10 Batman villains. I don't know what he's talking about cheating. I didn't vote. I kept out of the vote this
Oh, you
time.
stayed
Oh,
this time?
of
This time you
course you
stayed out
did.
of it?
Yeah,
Of course you did.
yeah.
Do we have the results up just out of curiosity? Because I am curious now.
It was...
How,
I had them
so
somewhere.
yes, how did the poll do? This is what I'm interested. I'm wondering if anybody even voted. I always wondered.
I feel
It
like this
was-
is definitely something that people would be interested in voting in.
I believe it was 67 to 33% ranking.
Wow. How many votes did it get?
It got 9 votes.
6-3, bud. 6-3. Congrats.
Yeah, well,
So okay.
Forger did vote for himself too, so.
Now he's just don't be a sore loser, Grind Project. Because now he's saying I had my minions do it for me.
You probably did.
Yeah, you know what it is, Austin? I think you got some current event love on your part because you had Catwoman in there, so bravo for taking advantage of that.
Well, I love the fact that one of the comments we had, I think on our Twitter channel, was Steph was, I was drunk during this, and did we talk about the whole Batman Catwoman thing? And I said, oh God, no.
No, we skipped that.
Yeah. I mean, we made reference to it
Yeah,
for like a second, but yeah.
Oh. But it's funny how we talked about Batman last week. Oh, he said he was winning 64%. Well, I don't know. Have you ever heard of a comeback, dude? I'm saying.
It's
He's not wrong.
for dramatic effect.
Still undefeated with this, boys. It's funny how we talk about.
Oh, yeah.
With an asterisk.
Undefeated because you voted for yourself last
With an
time.
asterisk.
It's funny how we talked about Adam West Batman, right? And the movie itself had a little bit of a thing, what we love to call a shark biting Batman's ankle. And he needs his shark repellent bat spray.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Today, it is a segue from Batman into the world of sharks.
Dun dun dun.
Animal that I hold very much in my heart of hearts as being one of the most majestic creatures to ever, I don't want to say walk the earth, but more or less swim around it. There's various movies that I enjoy, various pop culture comics. In fact, King Shark was one of my favorites from The Flash for a long, long time.
He was a badass. I will give you that.
And just overall, I love the creatures. I love just the aspect of the ocean. I know, like, there's that sense of, like, oh, we'll swim out to the ocean. We don't know what's underneath. Let me put it this way. I take shark movies with me to the beach.
You did say that before. I do
Of course
remember
you
that,
would.
yeah.
Of course you would.
There's, like, the normal person would bring, like, oh, let's watch Frozen together. And I'm like, no, I'm bringing XYZ. Like, this is how, and I watch it, and they're like, you gonna get in the water? I was like, yeah.
You're just preparing yourself in case there is a shark.
I just know what to expect, man.
Yeah.
It is.
I think it's also like a way to make sure people don't go in the water and they can just party on the beach the entire time, give them more excuse to drink.
That's true. That's true. Oh, wow.
Oh,
You Grind Project 1,000 bits.
wow.
Thank you, kind sir. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Foreigner.
it.
You. Oh.
He's so like thankful for
Oh,
last
yeah,
week.
that's from
That's
your
from
Joker laugh.
Your laugh last. You son of a bitch.
yeah. Austin, I gotta give you credit too for picking this topic this week because it is timely. Because in a couple weeks, Shark Week officially happens. I don't know if that was
Yeah,
perfect timing on your part, if it was a happy
He's
accident.
trying to reel you in.
Yeah.
Ah.
God damn it! I
Ah.
don't know. I was gonna say it.
Beat
But
you
yes,
to it.
Quote unquote. It was almost swimmingly how it went.
Oh,
But
my
you know. Let's make room for the first radical ranking.
what a dad joke.
The king of dad
All right. This is going to be a crazy one. When I said sharks, I didn't just mean normal sharks. Oh, no.
Oh, no. No, you
into
did not.
Weird and crazy here. So tonight, our first radical ranking are the craziest pop culture sharks. Now, these don't have to be incredibly popular, but they had to have appeared in movies, TV, whatever. And man,
So shouldn't pop culture be a reference to stuff that's actually well known and popular then in that case?
I didn't know what else to call it, to say the least. That's my part.
Well, I appreciate the effort.
I didn't want it to just be like the craziest shark designs, because that's a little lame. So, but yep, we're going. I have the movies here. Whatever we're going. The first one, Nature Gets an Upgrade. Robo Shark.
Because of course, you gotta robotize anything. Of course.
It makes them awesome.
This was a very, very, I think this might have been, forget B movie, this might have been a C+ movie that I saw on probably at 4 a.m. on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Of course, it's the king of B and C+ movies, though.
Yes. But the concept of Robo Shark is not just, because when you see it, you just think, oh, it was a robot made to look like a shark.
Right.
You would be mistaken. It was an actual shark swimming through the ocean, and what happened is what appeared to be a meteor falls from the Earth
Jesus Christ.
into the ocean, and it turns out to be an alien probe of some sort, alien device. The shark swallows that, and like a transformer, transforms robotically into Robo Shark.
So it's Alien Shark, not Robo Shark.
Exactly. I mean, the movie
Alien Robo Shark.
Robo Shark.
Should be Alien Shark then, by definition. Then.
But who knows? I
Don't,
mean,
don't question it, Greg.
yeah, it's a C+ movie. I mean, a shark eats an alien piece of technology and turns robotic. Let's not. I don't think we're looking for Oscars here. We're going full B, C shit on this.
It's a content creation company.
Sea, like the sea.
Yes, like the sea. God damn it, Bo.
The next film is another low-level film, but it did star one of our favorite wrestlers, RVD.
Oh no.
This is Three Heads Are Better Than One, Three-Headed Shark Attack.
Yeah, this is an RVD movie, all right. Yeah.
Guy that would once held the ECW and WWE championships and then smoked a bunch of weed would end up here.
No, this is exactly where I would think he would end up, honestly. Exactly where
He'd
think
be
he'd
seeing a three-headed shark.
Yeah,
when
he
actually
would.
has one head.
Exactly.
I mean, what else is there to say? You have a great white shark, but there's 3 fucking heads.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, one is bad enough, but if you can't even tell, that CGI is scary enough. I don't even need to see that there's 3 heads. I know if it's coming near me, I can tell it's a low-budget piece of shit.
So they clearly thought of the idea of conjoined twins, but then decided to make them sharks and decided to add an extra one for believability.
That's Greg. You read the producers, you read the director's mind. Every single one of them.
I like to think I'm very well versed in the train of thoughts when it comes to horrible movie directors. Just thinking.
This next one is not, I believe, not a movie. It might be though. Sea and Land Eel Fish Attack.
I vaguely remember this being brought up in another ranking you did, I think, for 2 Beers Deep. Yeah.
Actually, I have a shirt over here that I will show you, gentlemen.
Oh, he's got props already.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I don't think I know this one.
Yeah, I've seen this on like one of the shows that he did for 2 Beers Deep. I can't remember the actual reasoning, but yeah.
So you can thank Hot Topic for this one because I saw it in the store and I absolutely had to have it.
God bless Hot Topic. God bless them. Now that's a cool ass shirt, I will say.
That is pretty sweet.
Has a little like animated, like it's an anime, but it is essentially what happens if fish decided one day to just grow fucking robotic legs. And that's exactly what happens here. And we talked about, I believe, in one of our rankings. It was the shark. The great white shark head was on like almost like a sushi restaurant. And a woman walked past it and thought she saw some move, looks right at it, the eye blinks, chomp.
Oh, I want sushi so bad now.
I've been thinking like I might order from Dragon tonight.
As you should.
Speaking of food, I actually had it typed as gyro. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
Hold on. What did you say?
I had it taped as gyro. I say gyro, not euro. I don't say it like that.
Oh, say it the proper term.
Gyro.
Euro.
No, we don't say it like that.
No.
But yeah, I had it spelled like that. I don't know if you caught that or
If
not.
you walk into Mike and Tony's on the south side and you say, I want to hear, if you want a gyro, they're going to kick you
Yeah, they'll
out.
throw you out.
Maybe I don't need to be there. I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
As one walks on sea and land, one can only imagine if two sea creatures merge together to go on sea and land. This isn't the name of it, but I didn't know what else to call it. This is the hybrid Sharktopus.
This one looks crazy.
Oh, my God.
Austin, did you see Foranger's comment?
No, I did not.
He says, Austin, I'm in Butler and I'm coming to hijack your feed. So I'd lock your door if I were you.
You don't know who the fuck I am.
It's
But,
Butler. Everyone knows everyone.
That's true.
Yes. This was an actual film made by Sci-Fi.
I'm starting to get a gist with a lot of these, on this ranking now, huh?
People love messing around with sharks, and there is one. It's not in this ranking, so I'll say it. But it's it's Mega Shark versus the Giant Colossus.
Oh, my God.
It is essentially a giant shark that can fly out of the water so much that they try to shoot it down with nuclear missiles, and it fails. But their only hope is a piece of Russian technology called the Colossus, where it is a literal giant, almost like what it looks like Attack on Titan, but think of like the skin completely stripped down. So it's like only like muscle looking.
Man, why am I not surprised this is the Russians that have this in a sea movie like that?
You got me, but
Boy, those
Yeah.
those tropes are so existent in these movies, huh?
But what happens is a scientist literally creates this thing, and because it has an octopus body, per se, it is able to use its tentacles to come on land. I remember the one scene where we didn't think it could. This woman thought she was safe, and literally the thing came up and just bit her head right off.
Gotta love sci-fi for being way more vulgar than most shows would allow them to.
Yeah.
Appreciate
yeah.
it.
That's why they're his favorite.
Yeah, clearly.
So our last one, I have to warn, a little bit graphic, but still, which is only bloody. Don't worry about it, it's just blood. This is from a movie I am sorry to say I own on DVD. Sorry to say this, Best Buy, you're welcome for this. I'm not sure why I got this.
Was it like a $2 purchase or something?
It's pretty much that, Greg.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a $3 purchase. This is Paul King Hammerhead.
Boy, that's attractive.
Yep.
Nice picture.
Yeah, we're yeah.
They're really bonding right there.
Yeah, if Twitch flags us, we'll know the reason now for this one.
But so what ends up happening in this movie is the scientists are called down for this meeting of sorts with this businessman who owns the island. And he tricks them into staying and basically testing out his son, Paul, who had various cancer cells in his body. So naturally, why not combine them with a shark so they don't get disease and they don't get sick and they don't get cancer? So he combines shark cells from a hammerhead with his son, and he creates this monstrosity that can go on land and sea and basically tear people limb from limb.
So this was a B sci-fi movie then.
It's a B minus, Greg. It is pretty bad.
Do they get the minus bump from C because they add blood to it or no?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a blood curl for this one, but the effects were garbage. The CGI was garbage. I mean, like I said, I think I might have bought this when I was like 10.
I was gonna say, have you watched it recently?
The old one. You know what? I need to get drunk and watch it again. Maybe I'll like, there you go. Go kill those people.
Well, I mean, you're already a couple White Claws in, so you might as well,
it might be a B+ after you watch it.
Yeah,
again.
really.
So,
All right, Austin, any honorable mentions that you might have left off this at all?
no, I believe that's. I mean, there's a lot that could come later that could come into a later ranking that I might not use because I don't want
Hey,
to.
Deke's here.
Oh, is he here?
Yeah. Foreigner said Street Sharks earlier.
I'm here. I made it. That is crazy.
I think the problem with this ranking, Austin, is that I think the title is like just not the best use of wordage on your part.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. I think craziest sharks would have been fine, but when you add pop culture to it, there's like a lot of I think there's like unrealistic stuff right there.
So I need to address this comment.
Yeah, I'm wondering what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So Derek was kind enough, and the whole Thoughts on the Bench was kind enough to send me as a birthday gift a new mic.
Oh, you got it! Thank God.
So I got home from work very late today, and was just not able to set it up. But I will be ready for Thursday. I promise you that.
But not for your own show. We get it.
Deke says you just plug it in.
I thought it was a whole goddamn. I didn't read the instructions yet.
You can do it. You can do it on Thursday. We appreciate it.
Put it on Thursday for you guys.
All right, we appreciate it.
Early again. Not entirely sure. So.
Another early run in. God, this is gonna be entertaining.
Early run in, but yes, those are the pop culture sharks.
Which is probably the wrong title.
The next radical ranking. So naturally, this can't just be a normal show. We have to do oddball things.
Wait,
so,
we're normal?
We're never normal.
Yeah.
Especially on this show.
Yeah, really.
But radical ranking number 2 are the top weirdest sharks. This
So
is
are these real sharks, or are we talking like?
These are real sharks. These are sharks that were. Some of them were long time ago existed. And are no longer existing, and some of them are still existing currently. So, what I'm going to do simply is I'm going to say the name of the shark, and you guys are going to comment. That's what's going to happen. So, let's hit number 5, the frilled shark.
This
What the fuck?
this doesn't even look like a shark to me.
No, I can't comprehend this. This looks like a giant electric eel
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
depowered. This looks like an electric
That was
eel.
depowered.
Yeah, it
From
looks.
Shockwave.
Yeah, I was gonna say
nonetheless.
it looks like Shockwave took away this dude's electrical powers, basically.
No, so the frilled shark, mind you, is mostly found in South Africa. And essentially I can't even say that name. It's in the whatever family. Chlamydolus inguineus. Something like that.
That sounds like a
sounds
mouthful.
right.
Yeah, it sounds like a mouthful.
The size, it can be up to 7 feet long. I believe that's the height of it. And it is mostly, it's not nocturnal, but it does go more or less in the darker places of the ocean. Have you guys ever seen a cookie cutter shark?
No, but I want cookies now.
No, you don't after this. So they're essentially like, probably like that long, but their teeth are essentially as strong and as sharp as a cookie cutter.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So what happens is this is I think like a part of a species off of them, but they would dig into their prey and they would twist, almost like they're doing a cookie cut.
So when the sharks have dinner parties, they bring the cookies.
That's
what
you
you're
know
saying.
what though? We're already a step ahead, brother. I very much appreciate you getting on board.
Yeah, but that's kind of rude though. Then, so basically, they're already cutting up the cookies with their mouth, and people are just gonna eat them now. That's kind of bullshit.
I
Hey,
don't know, I mean,
they do things differently down there.
Oh, makes sense. Okay,
Uh,
different cultures. I get it.
Denny says Austin is watching too much River Monsters.
you know what? Fuck you, Denny. I love River Monsters. God damn it.
Oh, I
Don't hate
get
on
this.
the River Monsters.
I get it now. I see where this came from. This is probably late at night one day. He's just pounding some White Claws, watching over Marcus. He's like, I'll do a ranking on
If I want to
sharks.
do that, I'll watch the Crocodile Hunter. That's what I'll watch.
Okay.
But number 4 is a shark that still exists today. It is very much, very, very popular one, beyond a shadow of a doubt. The design is weird, and that's why it's on here. The hammerhead shark.
Which side do you think is the one he actually pounds a nail with?
I don't know. I always say righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, so maybe right one.
Yeah, but I can't figure out which one's the one that he would pull the nail out with. You know, I don't see a hook there.
I don't know. But it's crazy how the head of the hammerhead itself is essentially, it's just one giant sensor, right? Like, that's like the whole premise of it, is that its eyes are basically peripheral, and it just senses with the top of its hood.
Yeah, it's basically a sound bar for a shark.
Yeah,
But-
so it sees with the sides, but it can't see straight ahead.
I mean, it's
you're
still
kind of
not-
fucking if that's the case, right?
You gotta swim
You're
with your
using
head,
Yeah.
head tilted.
If you're using sonar and different other things, it's not a bad idea to, have peripherals on the side, because you're seeing in front, but you're also seeing on the sides.
Huh.
I don't know. I enjoy the design, though, because, like I said, it's one of the weirdest designs of a modern-day shark. Like, I mean, you tell that to his friend, like, oh, I got a shark attack. It's like, it's cool, but no, I got a shark attack by a hammerhead. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't
It is a weird shark, so it had to be on the list, but I'm glad you didn't put it like number 1,
Right.
because there's definitely weirder ones.
Less
out there.
biting, more pounding, though, clearly, is what you would get attacked with.
Everyone likes a little more pounding, a little less biting, unless you're into that. We'll move on to number 3.
The innuendos are plenty.
This is an older one, no longer, I believe, extinct. What the hell is this thing? This is the anvil shark.
Yeah, I've never seen this
Oh,
one
it's got a
before.
hump.
I mean, think about
Cool.
it. You combine essentially, like, the actual dorsal fin is more of a carrying mechanism for different plankton and algae. But yeah, this is a weird one in itself. I have to see if I look it up real quick.
You know why they don't exist anymore? Because they were probably hunted for the actual anvil, and that's how people used to make their weapons. Boom.
So
Boom.
wow.
Figured
so
that one out.
Yeah, that was simple. It's like people hunting elephants for their tusks for the ivory. This is basically the same thing.
But this is a very, very old shark.
I mean, the knights and them were also very, very old as well. Just saying.
I know, but it died out over almost 300 million years ago.
Yeah,
Your point?
It's very, very old shark.
very old. It's old and weird.
Yep. So were the
It was-
Crusades. Weird and old.
Big shark. It basically only weighed 20 pounds, and it was basically the size in meters. So if you compare this, I'm gonna show this to you right now, guys. That's the size of it. So it's not a very big one.
Oh, okay, so they basically took the anvil for like the kids' weapons, basically.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Okay.
But yes. The anvil shark, almost 300 million years old. Then we move on to our number 2. What in the this makes me think of like a real horror movie style shark, the whirling shark.
Yeah, this one's weird looking.
It looks like it's got fruit by the foot for a mouth.
Yeah, it kind of does.
I love it.
It's like an anteater shark.
Yeah, this is actually badass. Although I can't even imagine your teeth like wrapping around that too.
Yeah, so quote unquote, a lot of people like to call this almost like a fruit by the foot shark, or like anything or an anteater shark, because its mouth will start here, but then it'll drift up.
Yeah,
Well,
a lot of people, me and Greg,
Yeah, you
we just called him that.
you just stole our stuff, man.
Are you quoting us right
I
now?
think he is.
bitch.
You need to cite that.
Yeah, I mean, really, bibliography and all that.
All the teeth are basically as sharp as like an average saw blade.
That's pretty deadly.
I knew he was gonna get a Saw reference in here somehow.
Always.
You get put into this thing, it's lights out. Like,
Yep, saw a reference. All right, I knew it.
Yeah, Foreigner says it looks like it's from Beetlejuice. I could see that.
I could see that too.
That's a good point, Foreigner.
I know. I thought a combination of Addams Family with the Gremlins, but I'm not entirely sure. But overall, this is a very interesting level of weirdness. In
It doesn't even look like it has eyes either. Or if it does, it's like super tiny.
They're very, very tiny on the side. They're almost they're kind of like just a slit.
Oh, okay.
And number one, I had to look this up to make sure it still exists, I believe, today. What the hell is this? Number one, this is the goblin shark.
And this is still around. It's still around today? The goblin shark? That's crazy.
This looks like
Kind of looks like a dinosaur.
yeah. I was gonna say. I mean, this looks like a lizard in a way.
The goblin shark is a rare species of deep sea shark, sometimes called the living fossil. It is the only extant representative of the family of its lineage. So this is the only one left, and it's been alive. Like, these have been on Earth since over 125 million years ago. So they're still kicking. Size about 12 feet long, and obviously the horn alone is what separates it, being that it looks like a goblin, so to speak.
You know what? Being on the Earth for over 125 million years definitely explains the wrinkles.
Right, like, I've been on Earth.
Yeah,
for
they've been through a lot, Greg.
It's been through a lot.
I've been on Earth for 27 years, and I've seen some weird shit. Like,
Yeah.
For over 125 million years, we gotta expect more, man. My God.
We'd look like that too. Foreigner
Yeah.
says, "Where's the spider shark?"
Spider shark. I ain't got no spider shark.
I ain't got no spider.
I ain't got
shark.
no
Let's look at spider shark.
Yeah, that's
guys.
That's probably another C+ movie that Austin probably saw one time.
But yes, those are the top
That's not
weirdest
real.
Yeah.
sharks in the world. I think they're all pretty goddamn weird.
They're definitely weird.
Yeah, some of these I don't believe are actually real, and then this goblin shark is probably the big one of them. But
No,
I respect it.
They were found in Australia not too long ago. Someone found one.
Yep. But yes, and now it is time. It might be an easy one, but it is time for our great debate. Great debate is in the house. This is a question I am asking you, boys. And when I ask it to you, I will give you, you can choose the scenario of how you will. But the question is simply this, and it's one I've been wondering since I've known sharks exist.
Exits.
Exist. Would
Sounds like
you
a game.
ever swim with sharks?
I truly hope I never get to the point that I have to swim with the fishes, but that's just me.
Yeah, it depends on
Well, hold on.
what are we
'cause
talking about here.
Swimming with sharks has been a big tourist thing as of late.
Oh, so not. Gotcha. Okay.
Not even. Let's put it this way. A tourist attraction I saw is that people are swimming with the whale sharks, which I put on for my Instagram ranking of the biggest sharks in the world. And, you know, people swim with them because they only eat plankton and algae, which always still scare me no matter what. They open their mouths and it's a giant vacuum cleaner sucking everything in.
Oh, so it's pescatarian. Gotcha.
But I'm talking about, like, I personally, I'm just going to say it, I almost had an opportunity to swim with sharks, and I just didn't have the time. What I mean by the time, hold on.
What do you mean by that?
What exactly were you doing that you didn't have the time?
So they had this, I was in Myrtle
Okay.
Beach, and I went to Ripley's Aquarium with my brother. And they had an opportunity for you to get in and swim with sharks, but we had a time frame we had to keep, and you had to take a 2-hour scuba lesson in order to do it, and it just wasn't available in my time region.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit, especially because of the fact that, I mean, that's 2 hours of drinking in Myrtle Beach that you basically are wasting. So, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
But my answer is yes. And it doesn't matter what scenario it is. I have tried to even get, I'll even call it, I can't call the name technically because I talk about it later, but there's a movie where people get put down in a cage and get put underneath for the sharks.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that shit. It's a big bucket list thing for me. Is I want to see nature's almost greatest investment put into place. I mean, for real, sharks have been on this earth probably just as long as alligators and crocodiles have been on this earth. They've been around for millions of years, and here's the thing. They can't stop moving.
Mm-hmm.
They swim forever. If they stop, they die. I am a big proponent of basically swim, eat. Swim and eat. That's all they do. They never rest. They never get tired. Crocodiles and alligators, they'll sleep.
It's kind of like Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
He never sleeps.
You
Just
know,
swims and eats.
racist shark. Goddamn bastards.
All right, so I already know Vo wouldn't because Vo can't swim.
Can't swim.
Can't swim, literally.
No, I can swim.
Like, can you really not swim?
No, I can. I'm just not a fan of.
He's wearing a
swimming.
shirt that says "can't
I
swim."
was, yeah. Did you see that? Can you read?
hence where the joke comes in, bud.
Okay.
So for the cage thing, because I seen movies that actually have had bad results for that, I would probably say no as well. I will, however, say that I actually cannot swim. That's a shoot. I can't swim, so that's another reason I probably
Here, do you
wouldn't
want the
do it.
shirt?
I mean, I might now. I would assume so. Morgan, can you hook me up with a can't swim shirt? I appreciate it, but yeah, I probably wouldn't do it.
I appreciate it. At least I've always wanted to do it, boys, and it's a big bucket list thing. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I have to throw chum into my cage to get him close. I'll do it. Like
He's
I've
seen you swim.
No, that's a lie.
I've wanted to do this. I've wanted to get sharks up close.
Ping says Greg doing swimming lessons. New content idea.
Yeah, that shit ain't happening.
You can swim in all your free influencer gear.
Well,
You need to calm down.
I'll just set up my what did SpongeBob and Patrick have, my anti-sea bear underwear, and just have them throw those on.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You have to stay in the circle the entire time as well.
That's a good swimming lesson for you, Greg.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad
Wait.
idea.
It's a bucket list thing. I've always wanted to do it. Hopefully, I will get the chance to.
Yeah.
But I will, in an opportunity, might do open water too. Not
See,
entirely-
Now
I wouldn't
that's
do
a bit
open
much.
water. If there was a cage or something like that, I might consider that. But
Sharks would, like, the people that do it open water are with non-aggressive sharks, like the
Mhm.
whale.
well, yeah.
And that's what I'm coming from. Like, I would do that. But
Yeah.
for the aggressive types, obviously, like, gray whites, hammerheads, bull sharks, let me in a cage.
Yeah.
I'll go down. I want to see them.
If I found one of the anvil sharks, I'd hold on to that and just enjoy the ride. Let him swim,
Yeah.
I'll counter.
grab onto it.
It's like the size of your arm, probably. I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
could do that.
Be like walking a little sea dog. Just grab onto it.
I don't think sharks would appreciate you calling them dogs.
Little
So-
sea dogs.
As sharks and dogs,
Sea
come,
wolves.
so does our show for the moment. We will be right back after commercial messages with our top 10 ranking of the evening.
Hi, I'm Josh. I like pizza. Do you like pizza?
When the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza pie.
We've let it coagulate. Show Greg, king of coagulation there.
Coagulation is key.
Homemade Greek ranch.
Do you like watching people eat pizza?
Help me, because I'm on the quest to find the best pizza in Pittsburgh.
Hand-forged pizza. Vita Vita Vici. That's amore.
Make sure you're sending in your recommendations for the best pizza in Pittsburgh, because I'm gonna go, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna hold it to my standards.
It's the aftertaste is the barf. It's where the barf comes
Oh,
in.
yeah.
I agree. It's Bob Pizza.
Can your favorite pizza place pass the test? Find out.
Let's dive right into sports, as I have strong opinions on that. Which college team could beat a professional team in the same sport right now?
Okay.
There is not a single answer that is better than the LSU Tigers defeating the Cincinnati Bengals.
Even if I know the pitch that's coming, every other part of me is still normal.
That's why it's frustrating for me, Greg.
It's like okay, if I know what something is coming, I know ahead of time. I still have to be able to do the action to get the result that I need.
Okay, so they won 3 games in 10 years with 3 rebuilds.
I don't lose at arguments. All
Especially
right.
about fast food. So yeah.
You will never walk alone. Guess what? Now you will. Coronavirus.
I barely touch my girlfriend's cat. The most I'd be willing to do is like just kind of put my finger on its forehead and just like.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with us is Alex Kazor from Steelers Depot.
We are live with Ryan Smith, professional cornhole player in the ACL. Ryan,
What all franchises were you able to work with in the NHL?
With Phoenix, Carolina, and Detroit.
So here is Moorhead's ranking. Moorhead is my cousin. He is the rank king.
Higher on
Top
this.
10 extra Power Rangers.
Oh.
This is the top 10 emo songs of the 2000s.
There's only one correct answer for number 1. Why is F is for Family better than Futurama when Futurama is like Star Wars for potheads? Like
I know. Well, I think
We have one or two that are mad in the chat.
you're welcome for that.
Okay, we're gonna get banned.
My impression of a trumpet.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the RankKing's Sports, our top ending ranking of the evening, as you all know, the top 10. Man, I couldn't have sharks on here without talking about the greatest sharks in cinema history. So, for our ranking, we are doing the top 10 shark movies.
It should be a good one.
I'm pumped for this. I feel like there's going to be a lot of hot takes on this one.
There's one obvious number 1.
There's very much. And Bo, don't give away spoilers, goddammit. We're a spoil-free show here. 3, 2, 1, you know the rules, goddammit.
But I don't know if it's the same number 1 that you have.
Yeah.
Could be a different one.
I mean, for all we know, I mean, your opinion could be completely different from the entire civilization.
Deke says he knows number 1. His number 1 could be different from mine, could be different from yours.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Who knows? But let's start with number 10. Where are we at here?
Quote unquote, this is a terrible movie, but I enjoy watching it with people because I know how bad it is. It's that B movie quality, but it was delivered as an A movie and it flopped hard. This is number 10, Shark Night.
Aren't like 75% of shark movies that are made bad movies, though, to be honest?
I don't think so. I think done right, like, they are wonderful gems. This was not. A group of people basically drive to this, or drive or whatever, to this island where they're staying, and it had a very 2000, like, 10 vibe to it, like a 2000 to 2010 vibe. Like, you could feel it in the air. Like, I feel like Trey Songz rap music was in the background. Like everything about this movie was you had these group of individuals that basically learn how to contain these sharks and bring them in. And they had live streams of sharks killing people to bring in money on the black market.
Huh. Okay.
So yeah, the cookie cutter shark reference that I got, I found out about the cookie cutter shark through this goddamn movie.
Ah. So it's educational then. Okay, I see. I see.
Very uncomfortable scene, to say the least.
Now I understand why this is so low on you. Things that you have to learn are probably not good for you.
Yeah, Shark Night, terrible film, but it's great to watch with people, to be like, oh, look at that fucking guy, he's so stupid, he's getting eaten by a shark.
I mean, such a believable movie too, right?
Right, man. One that's even weirder, number 9, Bait.
I've never heard of this one, so you're gonna have to explain this one to me.
So this one was a little bit interesting. It features bull sharks, which are freshwater sharks. And what ends up happening is that there is a giant wave, tsunami, whatever the hell you want to call it, that hits this area of a mall. And these people are trapped in this certain, like, there's some trapped in the parking garage, there's some trapped, like, in certain areas. And these bull sharks make their way through knowing that they're fresh water. And the people have to find a way to escape the bull sharks. So it is very much not only a shark movie, it is a survival movie, it's very much an action movie. It's worth a watch. I think it is.
Is it on anything? Do you know?
Not the hell I know. I know that last time I saw it may have been on Sci-Fi. It is a decent premise, to say the least. One that I know I think is still on Netflix, Hulu. This one was a tough one to swallow for me at first, finishing it, because I almost didn't put it on this list. But when I talked about cage diving, this is exactly the movie I talked about. 47 Meters Down.
This is probably like the newest of shark movies that I'm aware of that have been like, you know, commercially, like theatrical releases and all that. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, the story in my mind is shit. Everything about it is shit. Because the whole premise is that this one girl who is trying to, I guess, escape her abusive boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or whatever, goes down, I believe, to a tropical area with her friend or sister or whatever. You understand how bad the plot is when I don't even remember it.
Clearly.
But they meet up with these people the night before, and they talk about how they run a basic expedition and tourism thing of putting people underwater with sharks. Well, naturally, they're not as great as they appear to be. And the cable breaks and the cage drops 47 meters down.
Ah, makes sense.
We now understand the title.
To save the world is to be Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. You know what I mean? Title's in the fucking name. But the movie ends with a very, very weird turn that I never saw coming. And spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1. They run out of oxygen to a point, and the girl imagines herself being like
a shark.
And essentially she watches her friend be eaten, and she remembers none of it, and struggles with carbon monoxide poisoning from the oxygen tank.
So that's the most dangerous thing in this movie. I gotcha.
Whatever, they always talk about it when you bring someone up too fast, you get the bubbles, where the bubbles will literally flow into your bloodstream.
Yeah, when I get too fast, I get too furious. So that's just me.
We're all family here, Greg. Number 7, I don't know if it was about family or not, but number 7, I was going to tie that in there, is The Reef.
The Reef. The Reef. The Reef. The Reef is on fire.
So
I tried real hard on that one.
An 11-year-old film 2010, okay? Australian horror film. Basically, what happens is the boat of these friends gets overturned, and now they are essentially trying to fight for their life to get back on the boat and get out of the water. But naturally, there's a bunch of sharks in the water, and you're gotta get out of the water.
Naturally.
Why do I feel like the one person for this is there's one person that's memorable. I think it's Zoe Naylor, but I'm not sure if she's in anything else.
I could not tell you who was actually in this movie, so.
Being that this was an Australian film, but
Yeah, Zoe Naylor's right.
Wow. Okay. Look at you knowing your actors and actresses.
But apparently it was based on a true story.
Oh, wow. It's actually on Amazon Prime, too.
There you go. One of the more popular shark films. And when I say popular, we can't go anywhere without talking about number 6. The one that started it all.
Oh, no.
Give me Sharknado!
I think you just started a riot in the chat, bud.
Yeah, they wanted that number 1.
Oh, man.
See, that's what I mean. Some people might have this as number 1.
Wow. Austin, I'm kind of surprised you didn't put this in the top 5.
Deeks out. Deeks out.
Listen, this movie, it knew what it was doing, okay? It was like, it was started off as a simple sci-fi concept, as we all do, of mixing weird shit. So let's mix a tornado that carries up a whole bunch of goddamn sharks and throws them onto the population.
I mean, some people would call that visionary.
Yeah. How many Sharknadoes are there now?
I think at least 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
They made it like every summer.
Yeah, it just kept it. It's almost better than the Fast and the Furious series, if I want to say that.
Whoa!
Wow.
Austin!
Wow. Deke, did you hear that?
Wow, Austin, listen. I'm all for you putting Sharknado in the top 5, but saying the Sharknado franchise is better than the Fast franchise, I don't know, man.
Well, I will say I'm gonna list off just some people that have cameoed in this.
Oh, come on. No, you can't do that. They brought, like, everyone under the sun.
They did have a lot of people
Yeah,
in
because
there.
NBC Universal decided we're going to plug the fuck out of this thing. So they just brought, like, everyone who employed by them.
But Jerry Springer.
God damn.
Mark Cuban.
He was a president, too.
Anna Coulter. Wayne Newton. Tommy Davidson. Gary Busey. To name another one, Carrot Top, Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
What else?
Neo.
David Hasselhoff.
Frankie Muniz.
Yep.
Frankie Muniz is in it. It has to be number 1.
Michael Strahan. Like, you can't. There's so many goddamn celebrities in these, man. It's unreal.
I think it's because people saw just how fun this was, and they decided I want to be a part of it.
They wanted to get their 2 cents on a project that was, like, kind of enjoyable, so.
Yeah. And plus, they probably, I bet you they get, like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? They probably get, like, not endorsement fees, but, like, God, I can't remember the name of it. It's like when you get money for something that you appeared in years ago or something like that, and it continues to go. Rights fees, something like that. Yeah,
I can't. Why can't I think of it?
I don't know either. It'll come to me.
Royalties.
Royalties. Thank you. They probably get royalties for it.
That was perfect timing.
Thank you.
As popular as this movie may have been, it was not a good movie. Like, it was not meant to be a good movie.
You bite your tongue.
People watch it because it's a bad movie.
Deke did say royalties. Thank you, Deke.
But
yeah.
Yes,
we said it at the same time, though.
I know that it should be higher, but no. Fuck you. It's not. So.
Should be top 5.
But Sharknado 6 is number 1, right?
You shut your trap.
Wait, are you including the entire franchise in this, or is it just Sharknado?
The original Sharknado.
You should have did all of them and had a 6 out of the 10.
If it would have been all of them, it might have been higher. But the original Sharknado is at number 6. Number 5 is an action movie mixed with Jason Statham and a shark. I saw this in theaters.
Okay.
It was fun.
Okay, this deserves top 5. I will give you that.
This is the Meg.
This 100% deserves top 5. If you have Jason Statham going up against the biggest shark in the world, yeah, I'm sold. This deserves top 5. I'll give you that.
Like it had, first of all, it had Paige Kennedy, who was a TikTok or Vine star.
Oh, Ray Don Randall. Love that.
Austin, I'm a TikTok star now.
You know what? If I could review your MGK one that you did with the acoustic guitar, that was
Well, my
nice.
last one has 3,000 views.
Boy.
I don't know how, but it does.
But you also had, which I can't remember the actor, but he was in The Office and played Dwight.
Oh, Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
So he was the billionaire who made all these. But there's something about Jason Statham and his presence and attitude going up against a megalodon shark. Like, it comes to him, it's like, chew on this, you ugly bastard.
Oh, it's fun.
Like,
it's perfect.
Fuck yes, I want to see this. I want to see him punch that fucking shark.
It's very hard for me to see a Jason Statham movie or trailer and not think that it's going to be entertaining. I can't help it. Like, he is definitely an actor that, like, I feel like would have fun with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, and he had fun with this movie, believe me, because most of this movie, I think, took place in Thailand. They had a lot of the film crew and everything, because that's where most of they have a lot of, like, lettering and everything. And I was like, well, where are we? And it said Thailand. I was like, oh, well, it's fucking weird, but okay, we're in Thailand. All right. Number 4. People claim that the Blair Witch frightened them because of how real it was. This is probably the most film that frightened everybody for how real it was, shark-wise. This is Open Water.
It sounds familiar, Austin, but I can't really...
You want to know how familiar it is, Greg? I'll give you the year.
Okay.
2003.
Okay.
18 years ago, this film was made. And essentially, basically a couple is doing scuba diving certifications, and the two separate themselves to basically dive a little deeper, and an incorrect head count makes the rest of the group go away, and for them to stay in open water.
See, this could have been you.
That's true.
At the Ripley's Believe It or Not.
And the budget for this, not very big, but still was successful. And even was produced by Lionsgate, which did all the Saw films and everything.
Had to get that in there.
It was a budget of $125,000 to $500,000, and at the box office, it brought in $55.5 million.
Now that's a hell of a return on investment.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, a lot of it is a lot of POV camera action. That's why people were like thinking this was a real film, like real footage.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
There's nudity in it too.
Want to see it, man.
Well, you're not allowed to watch it.
Austin.
It is on Hulu for those that are wondering. Yes.
There's nudity in there.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Vo has an issue with the nudity. He's.
Are you? Do you have to set the parental controls for your remote?
Yeah, I have to block all those movies.
Yeah, it's a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
I learned about it when I was in college, and I didn't believe it, and now I understand it.
Oh, God. Well, if that's the case, then maybe you want to stay away from number 3, because how crazy it is. But this is my underdog favorite. I love this film more than anything. I have it on DVD, and I bought it around the same time that I bought the Hammerhead film.
Why am I not surprised?
But quote unquote, I'm just gonna say it. It's not from this movie, but English, motherfucker, do you speak it? This movie stars Samuel L. Jackson. This is Deep Blue Sea.
Now this is classic, like, 90s bad movie that has, like, a bunch of random people in it. Like, I think, isn't LL Cool J in this movie or something?
This was always on TBS too, I think.
Yeah.
LL Cool J plays the cook, but he is also known as Preacher because of his religion. And he has a pet bird that says obscenities, which doesn't make sense because he's a preacher. and that's not allowed.
Well, he's not allowed to say it. The bird's allowed to say it.
That's true. But, yeah. And LL Cool J even did a soundtrack to this film.
This is like classic 90s shit, man. I knew it.
This is one of my favorites, for sure.
This is like Ice Cube being in Anaconda.
But the whole premise, I love this film, is because they experiment.
Where's he going?
He got another T-shirt to pull out. I knew it.
No, I'm just turning the light on. Relax.
Okay.
I don't want to have things be too dark here. But the premise of this film is amazing because it's a very simple concept. Why not take the brain matter of a shark and expand it to do miracle drug work? But they didn't think that it wasn't going to affect their actual brains and make them smarter. These sharks are genetically smarter. They recognize guns. They do attack patterns. Like everything in between. These sharks know what to do and they are smart at it. They bring down an entire oceanographic vicinity. I love this film. And I love that Samuel Jackson, again, spoiler 3, 2, 1. Samuel Jackson makes a very, very passionate speech because he survives an avalanche. And that's why he's so famous in this film. He's making a speech about being strong and we're going to make through it. And while he's making the speech, this giant mako shark pops out of the water and just rips him limb from limb. And I said, shit.
What a way to go.
I said, they got nothing. They're screwed now. Like, all this confidence out the window. But yes, I still have this film on DVD. I love this film, even though a lot of people think it's not good. But number 3 is that. Number 2, this is probably the latest of the shark films on here. I watched this and was so impressed. So impressed for how this worked. You can also watch this one on Hulu. This is The Shallows.
Is this the Blake Lively one, right?
Blake Lively.
Okay. I've heard about this one, yeah.
This is a wonderful film dealing with loss. Blake Lively loses her mother in this, her character. So she travels to a beach and tries to surf, only to be attacked by a shark. And she's separated from the land, basically trying to survive for her life. And the effects were great in this. The shark was terrifying in this. Overall, great film. I mean, it is a great white. It doesn't look like a great white, but the shark is a great white shark.
Yeah, it looks terrifying.
Austin, is it fair to say that probably the better shark movies are the ones where, like, less is more?
Oh, Greg, you read my mind because number 1.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
No, that's stupid because Taylor Lautner didn't come back for the sequel. Number 1, I saw probably when I was like 7 or 8 because it had a PG rating. You bastards! What the hell were you thinking? PG-13 didn't exist.
Yeah, real quick, how this movie actually got PG blows my mind because my mom, I remember her telling me about when she saw this in theaters, and it was the most terrifying thing she's ever seen in her life.
Well, no spoilers here for me. The number 1 film with sharks is Jaws. Rob Schneider, I almost said Rob Schneider.
Oh my God.
Rob Schneider, can you imagine?
Oh my God. God help us all.
Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, Richard Dreyfuss, which all of them started with R's. That's how I remember this film for so long. So they all started with R. I love this film because it essentially played Steven Spielberg that the suspense of the shark is greater than the presence of the actual shark.
Right.
This movie was, 2.5? It must have been 2 hours or at least 2.5. And you saw the shark for the last probably 40 minutes. And a lot of people are like, where are we going to see the shark? Where are we going to see? I thoroughly enjoyed not seeing the shark because it only made that so much more better seeing it.
Also created one of the greatest lines in cinema history, Austin, if you will.
There's a lot in there. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Thank you.
Also, smile, you son of a bitch. There's so many films. I mean, I literally went to Walmart and found the 2, 3, and Revenge 3 box set. And I said, it was $2. I said, I am getting this. I have the original. Why don't I have the 3 sequels?
Because the 3 sequels were bad?
Okay, so number 2 was not as bad as people gave it credit for. It was still a good movie, but it was just done. Shark was shown a lot more. That was 3 was bad. They tried to implement 3D, and it was inside of a water park, which that's enough. And yeah, we all know the last one. It's funny how my ranking for a top 10 worst horror movies was ended with Jaws: The Revenge, and the end of this one is simply Jaws.
Look at you being so cohesive. I love it.
But yes, Jaws is one of the most incredible movies I've ever seen. This is the movie that I take to the beach with me, and I watch.
That's a little messed up.
It is. Like, I'm not saying it's normal. I should probably be a psychiatrist about it, but I just won't. I love the feeling of then looking out in the ocean. I'm like, one of that son of a bitch is out there somewhere. I mean, it's a 25-foot great white shark.
But, in fairness, you don't see much of the shark until the end of the movie. So, I mean, realistically, the majority of the movie is probably pleasurable for you.
Yeah, and Greg, do you know what beer's in Jaws?
I do.
Murder is pleasurable, but I don't know. But I will say, a while ago, and this will end our shark topic debate, but there was an article that came out in Australia, and I wonder if you guys ever saw it or not. But essentially, there was a Jaws-like great white shark in Australia that was bit in half.
The shark was bit in half.
I heard about this, yeah.
5-foot-long great white shark was bit in half. So there's something that's bigger than a 25-foot great white out there in Australia somewhere. So,
and I'm going to guess Shark Week will probably address it in some sort of way.
Who the hell knows? All I know is start running. The Aussie time is not now. You have to get onto dry land. Can't do this, money. It just won't happen.
I would love to go to Australia with you one time and just have you walk around with that accent and see if anyone says anything.
They'll think he's a local.
Yeah, really.
Won't Simba Ting. It'll be all right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the RankKing's Court. Always at 6:30 on Tuesday. Tune into next week. We are going to have one of my personal friends, one of my favorite people, Josh Wagner, on here to talk the 2021 fantasy football season and how that works. That's going to be a great, great ranking that we're going to talk about. A whole bunch of stuff in. He's a sports guy. We're all sports guys, or at least we've all played fantasy football, so we should be fine.
We've alluded to it from time to time, yeah.
We've dabbled.
Exactly.
Where the fucking God used the word dabble? What, dabble?
What's wrong with the word
dabble?
Dabble? It's fun. It's
dabble
a fun
every
word.
once in a while.
Yeah.
Dabbling off my tongue. There's no doubt. Anyway, so thank you, everybody. Tune to us next week. Josh is going to be on the show with us.
Court. Too many Joshes.
Too many Joshes.
Too many Joshes. Court is adjourned.
Court
is adjourned.